Okay, yeah. Well, never mind. I thought that was something we need to do. My brain was thinking we need to do it right now or during the podcast. Okay, so we're good then,
Yeah, let's go ahead and get this bitch rolling.
right? Alrighty, we are recording. You want to get us started off today?
Welcome back, you scuzzy knuckles. It's Pelican Jack Podcast. My name's Devin Watkins. With me, as always, is...
Alex Ortiz, back at it again. It's time to talk shit and get lit.
Let's get into it, man. What's been going on with you? It's been a minute since we recorded a podcast here.
Yes, and let's make some sort of blood pact
Let's do it, man.
to do regular. Dude, I've got a knife. I've got a knife too. If we wanted to do that, but just saying, let's make a pact to make sure we do these more regularly. I'm just kidding.
This?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That knife's sharp, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Oh, dude, if I just saw what if blood just started dripping on the table? I'd be like, what the fuck? That was nice, pretty sharp.
Feel like it could probably cut me.
Oh yeah, it would easily do what we needed to do there if we wanted to do a blood pact. But a pinky promise seems way safer.
All right, yeah, let's do that. We're going to do these more often. It's October now. I think the last one was the very end of August. So basically the beginning of September.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with music, sharps and flats are the same thing.
Interesting.
A B flat is the same as an A sharp.
Oh.
It just depends on the context.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. That's an interesting little concept. So let's see. Since then, new job and working there. It's going good.
Yeah, how's that going? You were just about to get into it last time.
Yeah, I've gotten started. I was at the training store for 5 weeks. Normally, they have especially someone who didn't work with the company at all before, at the training location for 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
But I finished it in 5. And this past week, I worked at my location that's in the city that I work in, or that I live in. Makes more sense. And mixed feelings, but good. Good so far.
Good.
For sure. Work to be done, but also kind of excited yet I need to do a lot basically, and they're pushing. I'm supposed to just be an assistant manager. That's all I requested to be, but they want me to be. They were like, we're just making you the co-GM.
Good shit. There you are. Are you getting paid co-GM or are you getting paid assistant manager?
Getting paid assistant manager, but for that company, I'm getting paid more than a lot of people that have been there for a long time. So for now,
how's that compare to Sonic?
It's a little bit less, but the drive time is 75 to 80% less each way. Especially when I was working at the Athens store, it saves me 2 hours a day. Time. It's too much time, and that drive just. It's hard to get energy up after that drive, after you've been sitting down for that long.
Okay. So that's what's sitting on the front burner. What's sitting on the back burner?
Of the job?
What you got? What you got? What's your plan?
Let's see. I've been working on losing some weight here.
Okay. I see that's going well.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. And then I have been studying to take the ASVAB.
And what the fuck is that?
The ASVAB it's the test you take.
Oh, you know, it's the ASVAB.
The test you take to get into the military.
Oh, okay.
Or that they base their entrance off of.
And then you're going to be a nurse.
Yes, or a cook.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking cheese sandwiches for everybody.
Or a cook. I mean, I could do whatever. But I definitely I'm studying for the ASVAB. I want to try to get as high grade as possible, so that way, because that's basically what determines what jobs are available for you. So certain jobs, there's certain different sections of the test. Mm-hmm. There's 7 or 8, and they test different skills, and that the scores in each of those realms will result in different jobs being available to you.
Okay. So what kind of job are you looking to do?
I would love to do something just administrative. Well, it sounds lame, but I wouldn't mind doing accounting or something business related,
Okay.
and go to school while I'm in there. Because I've already got some college credits. I've got a lot of core class credits already. So I could potentially get a degree pretty quickly, and the military would reimburse it, and I would serve my country, and I would be able to stack up a lot of money while I'm doing it.
Nice.
So that's the plan.
I'm looking to get a degree myself.
Oh, yeah, you studying for the GRE?
I am.
Nice. Now, what type? That seems pretty like, what is the type of studying for that?
Well, they got 3 sections on this test. They got verbal reasoning, they've got quantitative reasoning, and then I don't know, they've got some sort of writing section.
Mm. Now, question, is the GRE different for different subjects? Is there like a different test if you're a psychology?
So they
or
have
math?
some that are subject specific,
Mhm.
but the one I'm taking is just a general test.
Okay. But you're trying to get your graduate degree in what?
In clinical psychology.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm hopefully going for a doctorate. So
I was just gonna. That was actually the question I was just about to ask. Like, where are you gonna go for the doctorate?
yeah,
So you want to be a working psychiatrist, like have clients and stuff?
a psychologist. Yeah,
Psychologist?
the psychiatrist has a medical degree,
Mm.
so they're more like medical science based.
Ah,
This
okay.
psychologist is more like psychology,
I think I got it.
like talk therapy,
Mhm.
therapy based.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. That'd be dope. I could see you doing that.
Yeah. So that's
Do you have a
my
timeline?
goal. So I take the test on December 6th, and after that I'll apply. Usually the application seasons are in the fall. So next fall I'll apply to several schools
Mhm.
in specific locations. And then if I get into any of them, whatever is on the top of my list,
Mhm.
that's where we'll go the year after for the fall semester. So
Dang. Is that a potential move?
yeah, so in 2 years we'll be out of here because UGA is not on the list.
Ah, interesting. So what do you have on your list?
Probably looking at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, where I grew up in Kalamazoo County.
Mhm.
So that'll be close to home. I'll have a lot of family, people to help out with, like raising kids and stuff.
Raising kids. Oh, this nigga.
And then I am also interested in like Boise, Idaho, and Bozeman, Montana. There's a lot of open public land.
So you're planning on getting another house built? Would that be like something?
Not necessarily, but definitely like
For hunting?
The hunting opportunities are abundant.
I feel you on that. Because I definitely want to get some do some hunting too. So that'd be perfect if you went ahead and moved out there, so then I could just stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, would you ever get like some sort of camper? Maybe something small that you could even.
I
just,
want to
like,
get the Cybertruck,
Cybertruck.
and then you could just sleep in the bed.
Mm-hmm. True. That'd be dope.
Up off the ground. You don't really have to worry about ground like snakes and bugs and other predators who aren't,
That's why I was just about to say another motivation to work out. So you want to go do some hunting. This is where you're gonna have to get out of the car and travel for a
for
good
sure,
distance.
yeah.
Then
it's
you
more of
got
like a park and walk type of
yeah.
situation.
Then you got to get the kill. Then you have to haul of it. all the meat
Yeah,
back.
you got to bring it back.
Hmm. So you do need to have some sort of shape for all that. That's
For
a lot.
sure.
That's cardio intensive and like weight because you're gonna have to be carrying a lot of whatever gear you have, weapon you have, food rations just for that day.
Yeah, my back's been fucked up for at least a month now.
Have you
My
been
lower
stretching?
back. No, I don't stretch.
Mm. You should add stretching 20 minutes
I
in the
was because
morning
I got runner's knee in both legs, and I
and
don't run
20 minutes
either.
at night. How do you get runner's knee and don't run?
Dude, it's a special kind of thing that I got going on over here.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely hunting for sure. I would love to be kind of like how Joe Rogan does it. I would love to be
Self-sufficient?
self-sufficient on meat. Yeah. Obviously not. I'm not gonna grow a whole farm because you have to have quite a bit of land to really become like self-sufficient vegetable wise.
Yeah. It takes a lot of resources.
Yeah.
It helps if you can get like a group of people together because
Mhm.
like the difference between one person and 5 people isn't very much.
Yeah. But the amount of work you can get done, the amount of land you could take care of,
Right. Yeah.
exponentially
Like the
increases.
startup is high, but after that, like the increments are pretty.
Mhm. Need to get a collective, huh?
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
Interesting.
Everybody has a different job, and then you just trade.
Well, I
Boom.
think if
I
we
grow the
got
food.
everybody off of grains,
Grains are fine. We've been growing grains for a fucking long time.
but most of the grain grown goes to livestock.
Sure, yeah.
Really, we need to get off of meat.
We need to get off of the kind of like factory farm meat
Mm.
that we're doing.
Are you okay? So are we getting to the?
We're gonna have to eat less meat.
Yeah, I was just thinking, are we getting to like those future like see images in movies of the future, right? They figured out a different way to eat because with as the populations exponentially increase, the land can't sustain the regular natural food, so they get like it's more supplemental meals and nutrition based. It becomes what eating is.
Right. Yeah. So already
the
in
most part.
Russia, they've 3D printed like KFC chicken. The
That's crazy.
texture, from what I hear, is not right yet,
Mm.
but the taste is there. Like it's
I don't
it's
understand what
animal
3D printing is.
it's
to be
animal
honest.
protein, but it hasn't like ever moved. It hasn't been like truly stimulated, so it doesn't have the right texture of like
Mm.
muscle. It's the muscle fibers, but without the environmental factors.
Ooh, interesting.
So you don't have the suffering, but you don't have the real thing either.
And so the texture is just not going to be the same.
Not yet.
Interesting. They're going to be able to simulate that, like
They'll figure it out, dude.
mm.
This is baby shit right here. We're just now cracking into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like 50 years from now, we'll look back and be like,
You think it's going to lead to cloning? They've already got CRISPR shit working on.
I mean,
but even
yeah,
just cloning.
They've already cloned a bunch of sheep and stuff.
Talking about people.
I think that's happened too. Like
Or,
in China.
So are we going to run into a thing where like they're cloning better people or they're cloning people to be like slave workers? Like you won't have rights. You're just a clone and you just work, slave. You're not a real person.
So far, I think it's been to like make people better, but
But I'm just saying, developing the technology for the meat and stuff like that, that's leading to like, have you seen the movie The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
yeah.
Where they basically figured out a way like you can download all your memories and they just inject it and it's got your DNA and everything. You inject it into like a blank, and it basically like takes on your DNA and looks like you and has whatever. It's basically whatever save point you're at when you got your memory swapped or adjusted.
I don't think anything has happened as far as human cloning yet.
Because do you think it could get that way with that technology that you were describing them getting better at?
they'll figure that shit out. But it's
Ah,
gonna have to be on the down low because like the global community is never gonna sign off on that.
yeah, for sure. So, but then we're going to reach a point where we're going to need to either colonize locations on space or make structures for humans to live in space.
Or we're gonna do the red dress and stack it to the fucking moon, dude. We're gonna have a house on top of this house. There's a lot of room for people, man. It's just like certain places are really poor and certain places are really rich. And so when you look at the global averages, it's like, oh, there's not enough space for everybody, but there's fucking room, dude.
And I have seen tons of areas that were more rural, like building up, like over time, as because like the cities can only hold so much, so people are just exponentially going further and further out, and those areas are having to develop to serve those people, these business opportunities to serve those people as they're expanding outward.
Yeah, Rogan was just showing a video that Bridget Fetisi sent him. I think maybe it was Ventura Boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
where there was just like mile after mile of tents.
Mm.
I was like, holy shit.
Homeless people.
Mhm.
Why are they? What is the reason that they're aggregating to that spot?
Because they have done away with the laws that says that they can move them.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's okay for you to nest up in these nice parts of town, so that's obviously where you're gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, I guess I don't really know what I'm talking about.
There's got to be like disease and all kind of nasty stuff rampant.
Yeah, bubonic plague is coming back. Like some real old diseases or like middle-aged diseases are coming back because of this.
Bubonic plague.
Like, yeah, it's carried in prairie dogs, like kind of in the mountain region there, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like the conditions are so unsanitary with all the homeless people in California, LA specifically, where it's traveled to them. Like the humans have fleas and shit.
Ugh.
You know,
Yeah. That's wild.
it's wild, man.
That's fucking wild in 2020. Please, dog.
Just because they got into some drugs, they got, well,
Please?
who am I to say what they're all there for? There's a bunch of generalizations, and that's a whole other conversation that could take a long time. But
Too much PC involved in that conversation. We'll skip over that.
yeah, let's just say like, just it's not just like they're poor and
It's a complex problem.
they did it.
Yeah, the reasoning for them all being there. There's
They
a
chose.
myriad.
They chose that life.
Mm.
They saw the life that would be laid out for them in the present day, and they said, "Yep, I want that."
Mm.
I don't think anybody chooses that.
Nah. Damn.
It's not that hard to flip some burgers,
Yeah, but society looks down on those honest jobs.
but it's harder to do that after you got out of felony,
Yeah.
which could happen if somebody accuses you of something crazy.
True.
You don't
But
make
I
enough.
think a lot of people, the most people who have felonies, did something felonious.
Yeah, sure, that's true of most people.
You know what I'm saying? That
Hopefully.
situation you described, I feel like sounds anecdotal. It can't be the majority falsely accused of felonies.
No,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
not the majority, but the system is definitely being taken advantage of because there are things set up that profit from that
Mhm.
situation directly. So
There's laws that profit off that.
I mean, profit is what drives everything in this country. So that's the flow of everything. It's
And
for profit.
unfortunately, there's profit in jailing people, which is why we have so many people jailed, because it keeps laws on the books to keep people jailed by having the for-profit industries, because they're able to bribe or give campaign donations to politicians who create the laws.
Yeah,
legislators.
everything got real sketchy as soon as they made money speech.
Mm-hmm. But even then, we could just say there's no such thing as a private jail. That's done by the government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it seems real odd.
They literally.
that maybe you'd have like a state government jail.
Right, because the only way you would do a private jail is if it was profitable. And what is most profitable? You need bodies in the beds.
Yeah, people doing shit for free.
You can't.
Too.
You're not going to make any money off of an empty jail.
It's like
you get paid state and federally for having bodies.
We need people to keep these highways clean. Who's
so
gonna do it?
Marijuana stays illegal. Yeah, 3 strikes of small possession. They'll have like rules where they'll bump it up to a felony after 3 strikes, even though it's just minor possession. So shit like that. Most of the people in jail statistically are nonviolent offenders.
It's crazy.
Prison. And we have like the highest highest amount of people in prison per capita.
Oh yeah.
In the world by far.
I mean, even back like around the early 2000s, System of a Down was singing about that prison song.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
That's fucking nuts, dude. What else we got here, though?
So,
drinking these Long Islands. We got the shit carbonated. You got a new toy.
Yes, so I got the Drink Mate here. And the Drink Mate is basically a home carbonator. So you can carbonate water, you can carbonate juice.
Can you make your own soda?
You can make your own soda.
What?
And you can also...
So if you figure out all 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper, you can make a Dr. Pepper.
Or Mr. Pibb.
God damn. Or Dr. Thunder or whatever.
Ooh.
The other 26 amalgamations of it.
But...
that aren't as good.
There's something you can also do that's like not standard. You can carbonate, like I said, juices. You can also carbonate cocktails or wines. And cocktail is what we got right here.
Yeah, we do.
What we got right here, Devo?
This is the Long Island iced tea. This is the old Devo special.
Ooh. Dude, I can go back to when you were young as shit, at like 24.
Mm-hmm.
And we going downtown, and this motherfucker getting some Long Island iced teas.
Because I knew. When I was 21 years old, my ass was in my uncle's wedding party. He got married October 13th. It was a Friday. So it was a Halloween type of wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I wore a costume. I was Ric Flair.
Okay.
A robe, red wrestling briefs.
Dude,
boots,
I remember those briefs.
Feather boa.
Polo Club days.
And a terrible blonde wig.
Polo Club days for sure. This is more than one refill, bro.
Rice.
Rice?
Ice. So we're on the strip in Biloxi, Mississippi. Right, my uncle at the time was in Goshen, Mississippi. It was about an hour away, maybe 45 minutes drive to Biloxi. You got like I don't know, there's a bunch of casinos and shit.
Yeah, I've been to Biloxi once. I went and gambled.
Oh, yeah, you told me it was like...
Go ahead with your story, and then I'll tell my Biloxi story.
I was the best man at my uncle's wedding, so I was in charge of setting up the bachelor party. So I set this up. We're going to stay at a hotel in... it's called the Grand Biloxi, is where we stayed. Mm-hmm. And, like, everything's in walking distance on the strip. So we walked down to casinos, and we just started going. So the whole wedding party kind of broke up. But myself, James Fuller, and Bill Hausman.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Ended up at this one casino, and I don't know what it was, but Bill went, I was kind of like half babysitting him. Because, I don't know, he's got some mental instabilities. He's a lot like me, but he was older. And he loves to drink. He was on Team Uncle Randy, and that's another story for another podcast. But
that one in a little box over here.
Yeah. But Billions was... he went to the bar, and he orders us these big, like, skinny plastic things.
Like at ballparks they'll give for cocktails.
Same kind of thing. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, what's this? He's like, it's Long Island iced tea, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I don't like tea. He's like, this ain't tea. Just drink it, kid.
Damn.
And so I drink it, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So we're drinking these, and Bill's already fucked up. Like, so he comes in a car driven by these two ladies. He's not in the car. He's in the fucking trunk. So he gets to the hotel, and they pop the trunk, and out pops Billions. And we're like, oh, shit, this guy came to party. There's, like, wrestling matches up in the hotel room before we go out for the night. It's fucking nuts. My grandpa's there. My younger cousin's there. I was just 21, so he wasn't old enough to, like, be in the casinos and drinking and stuff.
Interesting.
Bill is a different fucking character. He's asking me all these existential questions on the way to the fucking fucking casinos. You know, like, what does life mean? This and that. And I give him some kind of bleak answers because I'm a young guy, you know, who's kind of idealistic and realistic at the same time. And, like, I see what's happening, and I see what, you know, what I think things should be and the disparity between them. But on the way back, Fuller and I finally rein in Bill because he's been, like, arm wrestling strangers over their girlfriends and shit. Like, we're all just visiting.
Oh, my God.
He lives in Washington State,
and
he has a girlfriend who he would later marry, I believe. And yeah, so on the way back, Fuller and I finally corral Bill, and the taxi driver is like, "Hey, you guys want to hit this joint?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." I don't think anyone else does. Maybe James does, but we're smoking with this, and then in the lobby in the Grand Biloxi, Bill stops and this is like 4 a.m. at this point. He stops and gets 2 hot dogs with, like, mustard and relish, maybe. And it's like the next morning, fucking bathroom sink is just fucking full of liquor and mustard and relish hot dog.
Chewed up?
Yeah, just fucking half digested. He was so fucking tanked on these Long Islands. It was out of this world. And ever since that day, I love Long Island.
I almost forgot the whole point of that story. It's just a funny story by itself. But yeah, my Biloxi story. So this is back when I was chilling in Winder. I lived in Winder. I wasn't just chilling now. I lived in Winder, and
I go there and hang out every night.
And so this is just like a regular, probably like Saturday night. I think I was off Sunday. I may have or may not have worked that Saturday, but somehow it was either a Friday and then I was off Saturday, or a Saturday and I was off Sunday. It's just a regular night. I was chilling with a bunch of Asian people at this time, and we're just drinking. It's always, most of the time, it was freaking just sausage fest, just dudes drinking and shooting the shit, talking, whatever. And
what flavor of Asian were you hanging out with here?
These were Hmong.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about them. What are they like? Makes them different from any other Asian?
They're
are they
different
from
specifically
the Asian steppe?
Language and, like, culture wise, but they're from, like, the region, like Laos, Cambodia area. They don't have their own country, so they're not. There's not, but they are a small. But they're getting pretty. Their population has expanded a lot here in America.
Yeah, I mean, they got some recognition with Gran Torino.
Mm-hmm. And Gran Torino was, and the reason they're over here is because they helped us in, like, the Cambodian War. They helped us with information, so we got a lot of their people here, and then obviously they're just having kids and
Yeah,
shit.
they're just fucking like crazy. Come over to America.
Well, they're traditionally
Taste this good ass food.
like, so they were just in villages in the mountains. I mean, they had like jewelry and shit like that. They weren't just
fucking
savages,
pissing on the floor,
no, they weren't savages by no means.
raping each other.
But you know, they came from villages, so they've also come up quite a
They didn't even
bit.
have silverware.
Well, I'm sure they had silverware or
They probably had chopsticks. Yeah. Or they just ate with their hands.
But damn, where's the side tangent? Oh yeah, just describe Hmong people. But yeah, they're from that region, and they helped us out in the war. We got them over here. Bunch of good people. But anyway, I was chilling with them, and they're a bunch of good. They're good workers, and they a lot of them had warehouse jobs. I think I even had a couple warehouse jobs at the time too. But a lot of them had warehouse jobs. Get off at different times. Like some didn't get off till like 1 a.m. or whatever. So, but I think I was off that night. So I've been drinking all night. Me and one other dude that was already there. We've been drinking all night. There was one other guy that the one dude was friend with. He got off at 1 a.m. So he gets off at 1 a.m. But it's like Swanee or whatever. Make a couple stops, come over. It's like almost 2 a.m. And then all of a sudden, buddy, damn, my mind is blanking. David was his name. He said, "Yo, you want to go Biloxi and gamble?"
Yo, Cherokee is way closer, by the way.
And buddy, the buddy who just got off work, he was still sober, so he was the driver. We were already shit faced. And Biloxi is what, an 8-hour drive from there?
Yeah, it's 7 hours.
7.5 hours. So it's 2 in the morning.
Boom. So you get there about
we just decide, boom, we hop in the car.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Us three. We drive straight to Biloxi. I want to say it was around 8:39.
That's living.
8:39, because he was booking it, Asian dude with like
nighttime,
a little
you got no traffic.
Integra. I don't remember if it was specifically an Integra, but that type of car. Boom, we were rolling 95 the whole way.
Was it a white car?
There's a 65% chance it was white, but it could have been black too. It could have been black.
Oh, black.
A lot of them that had darker color cars there.
I see.
And so, boom, we just get there. It's like what, like I said, 8:39. We just go straight into the casino. 8:30 in the morning. Start gambling. Just gambling all day, and still drinking because you're getting free drinks while you gamble.
Yeah, that was the big thing. I was fucking turned up off those long hours.
I only brought like $150. I just whatever I had on me at the time. It was a spur of the moment. I don't even know why I had that much cash on me.
Yeah. Probably didn't. That was like that was going toward rent and shit. Yeah. You're like, fuck it.
And so I went and played slots first. It was early morning. I did some slots just because I wanted to get the gambling experience. So I was like, let me go play some slots. I ended up winning like $40-$50 there.
Nice.
So I started off with 150. I won like about $40-$50. Hit a jackpot or whatever. It wasn't a crazy amount, but
yeah, 190,
decent amount.
200.
So I'm up already. I'm like, oh, okay. It took some time. We were on slots or whatever. And we're just gambling, playing blackjack. Then we break for lunch around like 1:32. We go to some Asian restaurant.
You guys tired?
You
tired?
Not feeling.
Were you sleeping in the car?
On the way there?
Yeah. Like, I know you had the sober buddy, but you guys were shit-faced. What was up with that? Did you make it the whole
I can't
ride?
remember if I slept the whole way. I'm pretty sure I probably slept because you know me, dog.
I know you, dog.
I'll sleep anywhere, anytime. So I probably slept a little bit on the way, but still, it's very minimum at max, and it's car sleep. And we did. I know I didn't go to sleep right away. I know I was up for at least 2 more hours because like we were just, still drunk, still up, like energy or whatever.
Oh yeah. And then you just fucking pass out hard.
Yeah, for a little bit, and then wake up. But we're still drunk when we wake up. We don't have a full night's sleep.
Yeah.
And we just go and gamble and keep drinking. We break for lunch. We get some pho. Like, of course, we get some Asian food. But it was good, too. And then, boom, we go right back to drinking and fucking gambling again. We're playing, at this point, we're playing roulette. We're playing craps. Like, we're doing, like, the big boy shit. For some of it, since I didn't have a lot of money, I was trying to stretch it because I went there with that money expecting to lose it. You know what I'm saying? I went there to have fun, but I still had to stretch it. They had a little bit more cash than I did, so they were able to do a little bit more and be a little bit more reckless and
Okay, yeah.
get
be a
higher
little more
stakes.
Wild.
Yeah. Get higher stakes, get a little bit more adrenaline. So like, but there
They
was
might have had like $300.
yeah, but there was moments when because Buddy had gone up, so then stakes go up. There's moments where there's all of a sudden $110 on the line for one card to come up, or
Ooh,
like
that's a rush right there.
you know
It
what I'm
was for the
saying?
rush.
Yeah,
It wasn't for the money.
hmm So that's what whenever I go to gamble, I want extra cash just to gamble. Like if I lose it all, I lose it all. But
It's like, ooh,
because
am I gonna make rent or not?
the odds are technically stacked against you. That's why a casino's open. They're open to make money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
They're making money on most people, but some people are gonna win some money.
yeah, some people who are good at the games are just you have a hot night, and it's fun to gamble.
They look into
It's fun.
you and you might get your knees broke.
I've never gambled enough to get to the point to like putting rent or house mortgages where you hear like the crazy shit. But anyway, so we're gambling. We're going. I don't remember eating dinner, to be honest. I don't even remember eating dinner. We may have ate dinner, but it wasn't, at very least, it wasn't memorable. But we're gambling. So keep in mind, we just started straight up. We drove there at 2 a.m., get there in the morning. We gambled all day. We didn't leave till it was between midnight and 1 a.m. that next night when we leave.
Mm.
And then Buddy drives all the way back. The one dude who was sober for the beginning, he drives all the way back. It sucked. I did sleep on the way back, but it was a fun ass day. Gambling. It was just an experience, you know what I'm saying? Young, reckless, like definitely like male experience. I'm pretty sure most women wouldn't have enjoyed that, especially the way it was like Spartan as far as food and shit. We weren't staying anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was Spartan as far as that goes. But it was good times. It was a good experience with some people who I don't even talk. You ever had you got a ton of like really good memories that you'll never forget with people that you just don't talk to anymore.
You
You
just
won't
don't talk to anymore. You grew out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's interesting. It's
It
almost
happens. Like
Mhm.
life is a whole progression. If you're the same from front to back, then that's fucking boring. Honestly.
Yeah.
Some people come, some people go, some people need to be there. Some
You're
people
supposed to
didn't.
change, which is interesting when people be like, "Man, you changed, man." But like, aren't you supposed to grow and not be the
Yeah,
same?
because the opposite side of that coin is, man, you just been doing the same shit.
Yeah. And that shit will eat at you. At least that's kind of like where I'm at.
So you're
Like
supposed to change and also like fucking satisfy
Mhm.
at the same time.
But a lot of you want to progress.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of satisfaction in progressing. You know what I'm saying? And so progressing, or maybe even better if you could just find your purpose, something that you enjoy doing.
But not everybody has the luxury of doing that.
Yeah.
Very
true. But if you could just figure out a way to like,
But if you want to
because some
figure it
people
out,
really do like working
some
in
people,
restaurants.
It's harder for some people than others, and for some it might be impossible, but for some it might just be really hard. And you can still make it happen.
And not to be whatever, but like there are different people. Like there's different people with different IQs. So what might not be engaging to me might be a monotonous, boring, terrible job that I hate. Might be perfect for somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I love doing this. This is perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
not even necessarily on an IQ basis, but just as far as tastes and desires and wants and what you enjoy, could make the difference as well.
Absolutely.
So, but like I was saying, there's plenty of people who like working restaurants, even fast food places. If the places run right with people that care about you, you can like working at a place, even if it's just fast food. And I do kind of hate that we hate on like restaurant workers, fast food workers, especially like when the pandemic hit, they're considered essential workers. Now they gotta still work. You're essential. But so how are the essential workers like the least compensated in society? You know what I'm saying?
It's wild.
The lowest pay, no vacation, basically no holidays. Sonic, that motherfucker stay open every day except
no
for
healthcare,
Christmas.
nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you're in upper management.
Mm-hmm. And so I don't remember where I was or what I was doing.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.
Bowling? Dude, bowling's fun on dates. I mostly go bowling on dates. It's something like a little physical, an activity, and to where you don't have to you're not just sitting there looking at each other and trying to force conversation.
Yeah, because everybody's always, if it's just the two of you, one of you's always playing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just a couple seconds in between.
Mm-hmm. So it gives you good space and good distance, so you can be fun, energetic. You can think of comments to say or clever things to say.
And if you're good at bowling, then it comes off well for you. And if you're terrible, then hopefully you're funny.
Yeah. Exactly, though. You don't have to be good. All you got to do is be good enough to win.
Yeah.
But even if you don't win, just have fun with the experience and it'll still be fun. But, girls do like men to have skills.
My wife's a big bowler. Not super big, I guess. She hasn't bowled too much since we've been together, but she's got her own ball and shoes. And
we had gotten balls and shoes. We got them from a garage sale originally, but yeah, we were kind of into bowling.
I used to get all my shit.
My parents, they were my mom and my stepdad at that time. I think they were in a league at one point, or they had a group of people that they bowled with for a little bit.
My father and mother-in-law are in a league. I think so. It might not be anymore, but they were.
Bowling's an interesting sport as far as where its status is, as far as sports.
Right, because you don't really have to move.
But you kind of...
You can eat nachos.
You need your joints and everything to work right, though, too. You know what I'm saying? You kind of do need to be in some sort of health, because there's...
But also you can drink Coke.
True.
Or Pepsi.
Yeah, it's not a cardiovascular exercise, but...
They got like a little hand.
If you have arthritis,
sweaty.
If you have arthritis, it'd be tough to bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Like you gotta have the
joints
brace.
And shit. Yeah, and that's even wrist brace with you having healthy shit. You just have to keep your shit braced up right there. It puts a lot of stress on it.
It's serious.
And then like their stroke. You can't just be like 80 years old and don't do any exercise and get a good.
Yeah, I mean you gotta at least be able to stretch.
Mm-hmm. So it's got some sort of physical activity, but...
Yeah, fucking pretzels and beer cheese?
Yeah, but you can just have a giant beer gut and be good at bowling, so that's probably why.
Well, you can be okay, though. You can't be elite, but you might be okay. You might be better than most people.
I see what you're saying. But you could be... basketball doesn't work that way.
For the most part. Who you play with.
For the most part, yes.
If you're like a 45-plus league, basketball works that way.
Yeah, they do be. I do be seeing them. They look at us. Got to go hard for one game.
Everybody's either bald or fat.
You just got to go hard for one game, and you got enough people to.
Yeah, you do it on Sunday every week.
Once a week. But even then, if you're doing that, you're still in some sort. Even if you're out of shape, you're still in some sort of shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you still have the muscle memory for shooting the ball.
Very true. Ooh, muscle memory. Muscle memory, a key factor to doing a lot of things well. Like even at fast food, even if they know what comes on things, you're not going to be fast at like making a sandwich or doing things until you build the muscle memory to where you're not thinking and you're just doing.
What if a whore has dementia and she doesn't know why she's so good at giving hand jobs? But she's just like...
What if she's like subconsciously doing it all the time, like bottle of champagne, and she's just like, give it to me.
There's like shake weight in her room all the time, just like double shake
She's
weights.
like, I don't know why, I just really enjoy this motion. There's just something about it. I'm really good at it. But yeah, muscle memory. It's interesting. And it works as far as like brain pathways too. Like when you're studying something, you like build out the mental connections. And the more you do it, the more it solidifies
the easier it becomes. Yeah. The more natural it feels.
So it's almost the same thing where you're creating a pathway.
It's like
and the more you do it.
Like the more you play it, the more you jump out of that plane, the better you get at it.
You struggling jumping out of that plane?
I fucking suck.
You have to like to go far.
I've never been good at first-person
like-
shooters in general.
You know how once you release your parachute, you start building up speed.
Yeah, like you cut it.
you
After
want
a
to
while,
cut
you
it and
slow down
keep bringing
a
it
little
back
bit,
up.
and then boom, you cut it.
Yeah.
And then boom, you bring it back up, and then you're going pretty fast, and then you slow down, and then boom, you cut it.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the way I understand it.
I hate that. That's the most annoying mechanic ever because it takes forever
But
to
just
get
in
anywhere.
general, like first-person shooters, I'm not good at. And especially when you're playing cross-platform with PC
Oh yeah,
people.
PC is too much. Especially with sniping, dude, they do crazy shit. But even dudes, I say that like the cross-platform, but even I see dudes on console and on controllers that are doing shit that I can't do as well. You know, so there is a skill. It's not like I'm as good as you can be with the controller, and PC people are just beating me up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's other
You can't-
gaps.
Yeah, you can't
There's
just say
just
PC
general.
people.
Yeah, there's
It's like,
general
oh,
skill
yeah,
gaps
they
as
got
well.
a better connection and they're faster machines.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the fucking pussy way out.
Yeah, and I just feel like
Like you can win. I played 7th solo yesterday, and I suck at this game.
how many kills you have?
1.
Just one? You gotta get them kills up, boy. Get them kills up. Did
I'll
you?
be scoring any points?
Was that
But I
that one?
passed
Was
the
that one
20th
kill
tier.
a gulag kill?
No, I don't know if they count that or not, but I killed
They
somebody
do.
outside of
They
the
do count the
gulag.
gulag,
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely went to the gulag.
and you killed somebody. So you should have
I
had
thought
two.
I did. I could have been wrong, or they
'Cause
don't
if
count
you-
the gulag kills. One of the two.
Because even if there's nobody, even if everyone has already exhausted their gulag, you would just go to the gulag for like a minute or two, and then if nobody's there, it just sends you back into the game. You don't have to kill anybody.
Does it?
Yeah.
I've
I've
never
had
had
it
that
happen.
happen. I've gone 3 matches. I've watched 3 matches, and then I was up.
Mm.
I've done that.
It doesn't
before.
happen that often
But
because most of the time
usually
you go down.
It's just like I'm immediately in, or I'm watching one and then I'm in.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean I've had a lot of top 25 finishes,
Mhm.
which is pretty good. Especially like when you're playing like quads or trips or anything like that. Duos. That's
Do
a
you watch
little-
clips?
Not really. No.
I find.
I watched a couple of videos on like
Mhm.
what could I do? What could I be doing better?
Yeah. I just watch like clips of players because I guess the way I'm good at like monkey see, monkey do type shit. So like if I see, once I know that that's a possible movement, then the likelihood of me doing that skyrockets. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you could do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you could do that with that. Or I didn't realize that was a strategy to
Let me
do
try
this.
that out.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you could just play with, corners this way or do this way. And then boom, I just had to see it one time. And like, oh, and then I'll implement it in game. Obviously, I'm not as good as those people, but little things like that. So I watch a ton of videos on the games that I play just for that reason. Because I get better not intuitively just through playing. A lot of times I have to see somebody doing it or see what's possible. I'm like, oh, okay, you could do. Dang, I didn't know you could do shit like that. Okay, then I can start imitating it, mimicking it. So that's how I like to learn for work too. I like to see. I mean, obviously they make you watch a bunch of videos or whatever, but I like to see it done at least once.
Yeah, I learned through observation as well.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was good in school for like test taking and stuff, because test taking a lot of time is just something like memorization skills. So like if I just paid attention in class, I would be able to test pretty well. Just if I paid attention to the information one time in class, maybe did 1 or 2 of the homework assignments, I'd be good for tests. I was really good at test taking in school, in high schools especially.
I do it really poorly with test taking because I get really distracted by things. Like a barracuda.
Ooh, shiny thing, or squirrel. No, I get locked in. I get locked in on things like that. Like I'm like the opposite of somebody who gets anxious for a test. Like I enjoy the challenge, especially if there's like a study guide and I actually studied. Oh my gosh, I'm coming in to test like, bitch, what's up? Like I'm bucking at tests. I'm like, I'm out of here quick. I can leave once I finish, right? Bye, peace, niggas. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole class period, like 47 minutes or 51 minutes. Our shit was weird. But you finish in 20, 25, and you out of there.
Yep. Yeah. To the point where it was like, did I do okay?
Mm-hmm. There was definitely some misses, but I think that would happen either way, even if I took a long time. There's people who take their time and feel confident on tests, and it just don't work sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I just got a B, and it took me like 20 minutes.
But I usually knew exactly where I was. I rarely had moments where I thought I did great and I failed. I usually knew exactly how I did because I don't get stressed. If I don't know it right away, I skip it and come back to it. So I get everything done that I can get done easy. Sometimes, and doing that, sometimes the answer for previous questions were in following questions. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you can go back and get shit done that way. Little test taking tip. So yeah, dude, I used to crush tests, like challenging things like that. Never I didn't like close up in like any anxiety show. I know a lot of people don't like taking tests. They're really good, like doing homework assignments, research papers, shit like that. But taking tests isn't their strong suit. I was like the opposite. I hate fucking homework. I hate a fucking writing a paper. Why are you wasting my time? I got 100. I got A's on all the tests. You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to write 7 pages about something I'm not interested in?
Absolutely.
Crazy, crazy.
Watched Train to Busan last night.
So that's the one. That's the one where it's Korean, right?
Yeah, South Korean.
And basically, what I forget the beginning of the story, but wasn't it a guy and his kid, and he was kind of like a workaholic and didn't spend a lot of time with his kid?
Yeah, so he was a workaholic. He lived with his mother, and his daughter lived with him. Didn't know too much about the mother, but she lived in Busan,
Mm,
and she would communicate with the kid. The kid liked her mother more than her father, but she lived with her father.
mm.
It was her birthday. She's like, I want to go to Busan to see my mom. So they got on the train, and then that day, the company that he was like super invested in, I guess, had some sort of outbreak, and then infected people, and then they got really violent after they died and bit people, and that spread the infection. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a zombie movie, and a bunch of people on this train were dead and really violent, and yeah, it was pretty good.
How did the first? Well, yeah, it was a pretty crazy movie, and it got you like on the heartstrings towards the end. They had definitely set up some moments
For sure.
to where it really got you in the heartstrings. A lot of
Yeah,
those
like
Asian movies, dude, they do a really good job with that compared
you
to
had like
American
your
movies in that
giant
way.
asshole character, and then you had your giant asshole character who had redeemed himself,
Mm-hmm.
but they both die.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Ooh, yeah, that's what gets you. Like he redeemed himself. He became a good father because he was kind of an absent father.
And then
But then he
and then
dies
there's a
anyway.
guy like before that who was like always a good guy, and he was really strong, but he died too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man.
Pretty much everybody died in that movie. All the characters that they followed,
Most of
especially.
the people, yeah, there's a pregnant lady and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
They made it through, and she was like singing this song that was, I think,
Oh
it's
yeah, that
pretty.
was how they didn't kill the girl because she was singing a song because they were about to shoot her ass.
Yeah, because yeah, she's like, please advise. We don't know if they're, if they're survivors or if they're infected.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, shoot them.
Yeah.
She started singing. Like, oh man, the song super sad in the context, and
Yeah. Oof. It was
yeah,
tough.
sequel's coming out pretty soon.
Dude, a lot of Japanese anime. The Japanese, dude, they'll tug your heartstrings. They'll build you up on a character, and you'll get attached to the character without realizing that you're attached to that character. So
Mm-hmm.
then those moments, they get you. They get you. You're like, I've had that happen a few. I've had it happen more times as I've gotten older. I think like like the macho younger male thing, like you don't cry, But as I've gotten older, that shell is kind of worn down, so I'll get more emotional when I see shit. You know what else gets me? Like I saw a compilation clip of like military parents coming home and like surprising their kids at school.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that shit got me too. That shit, just thinking about it already gets me just like, the surprise and like the kid starts crying. Oh, it's a wrap, dude.
Yeah.
It's a
I get misty at everything nowadays.
Especially now because, I don't have any kids yet. I'm getting older, but I'm definitely like starting to think towards kids and I want to be a father. So like that shit is like, it's more, something that I would want. Or maybe not that exact situation, but just like the connection. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, that should be getting me. But I don't get like the full cry ball, like ball. Whoa, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I don't get like the full.
It's the
shit.
full breakdown.
I just get like, cause something, and I'm trying to like figure out what it is, cause I think it's basically some of that program. So even when I'm releasing, like it's not like the door all the way opens. It's like I'm just able to like creak it, and it closes back, like it's on a spring. And it gets pulled open. They're able to pull it open better than other people, like the Japanese and Korean shit. But it's still like snaps back shut. So I'm working on, I guess, loosening the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Loosening the spring. Dang, dude, loosening the spring. I told you, I'm just gonna be a motivational speaker.
That's what it is, man. You just gotta loosen that spring. Some people are too tightly wound.
Mm-hmm.
And
you become nihilistic when you don't let anything affect you emotionally. Nothing matters. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But you start opening up, and then like little things, their priority level rises. Things change through perspective. So you change your perspective, you become more open. Then other things change their priority. Change their priority. So, dang, you finished yours already?
Yeah, I finished the one. I didn't top it off, but I'm pretty fucking drunk.
Put some more.
We had a lot
I put some
of
more
wine.
in your cup.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you definitely did drink some more, because when I filled mine up, I filled yours up too.
I didn't realize we had a lot to drink today, and I have been sober since toward the end of September.
That's right. So that shit hit hard.
So we've done just shy of an hour, but I feel it prudent to probably stop the podcast at some point here.
Okay, we can do that. I'm game with that. Damn, we made all of this too.
I need to snack hard.
You are the snack king.
I am.
At least compared to me, for sure. So I'm sure we'll be all right. But yeah, we can go ahead and wrap this up. Another good episode. Another good conversation as usual.
We fucking did it, man.
Any announcements or anything you want to leave off with, or?
No, really, I don't have anything going on. I'm just fucking playing video games. Catch me on Warzone. I'm Devin. Just D-E-V-I-N.
Just Devin.
Just Devin. Just find me. Devin. Nobody thought of it.
That's crazy. Coming from the PlayStation or on Xbox?
I'm on the Xbox, but it doesn't matter. It's the same.
Because it's whatever that they account. Yeah. Nobody put just Devin. That's funny. So you would think like a developer or somebody would have had that already, like one of the originals.
Yeah, nobody thought of it. That rarely happens. I tried old Devereaux, and that was taken, so.
Heard that. Well, alrighty. We'll catch y'all later. We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.